If you are over 50, I want you to pause for a moment. Have your legs started to feel heavier than they used to? Do stairs seem steeper, chairs lower, balance less reliable? This is not weakness, and it is not just aging. There is a silent process happening inside the body. One that slowly drains muscle, stability, and confidence, often without pain and without warning. It is called sarcopenia. And most people discover it only after their legs stop responding the way they once did. Sarcopenia does not arrive loudly. It doesn't announce itself. It simply takes a little strength year after year, until one day, walking feels uncertain. What many people don't realize is this. After early adulthood, muscle loss begins quietly, and it accelerates with time if nothing is done. Not because the body is broken, but because it is no longer receiving what it needs to rebuild. And here is where things become even more important. Many seniors are told to eat healthy, to add seeds, grains, and plant foods for strength. But what if the problem is not what you eat, and instead what your body can actually absorb? What if some of the foods praised as superfoods are passing through your system almost untouched, delivering far less benefit than you think? No absorption, no rebuilding, no result. That is how sarcopenia quietly wins. But stay with me, because today we are not talking about fear. We are talking about control. In this video, I will show you 5 specific seeds that support muscle preservation, circulation, and leg strength when prepared correctly. And the final one, the last seed, plays a unique role. It does not work alone. It activates the others. Think of these 5 as a small team, each with a clear job. One supports cellular repair. One is commonly used, but almost always wasted. One fuels muscle contraction and balance. One provides intelligent plant protein. And the final one delivers protein in a form the aging body can actually use. Together, they address muscle loss from multiple angles, not aggressively, but intelligently. However, there is something you must know. There is a preparation mistake that many people make, a mistake that can completely cancel the benefits and, in some cases, cause serious digestive trouble. I will explain exactly what that mistake is and how to avoid it later in this video. For now, let me ask you something simple. Do your legs still feel like they belong to you, and where are you watching from today? Leave a comment below. I read them all, because here is the truth. Sarcopenia is not normal aging. It is a reversible process. When the body is given nutrients it can truly use. And that is exactly where we begin. Sarcopenia doesn't announce itself loudly. It doesn't arrive with sharp pain or sudden injury. It shows up as subtle changes, slower reactions, weaker push-off when walking, less stability when standing still. Science defines sarcopenia as the progressive loss of muscle mass and strength with age. But that definition doesn't capture its real impact, because muscle is not just for movement. Muscle is balance. Muscle is blood flow. Muscle is protection against falls. And once muscle tissue is lost, the body becomes more vulnerable, not just physically, but metabolically. Here's where things get misunderstood. Many people assume muscle loss is simply about eating more protein. But after midlife, the body becomes less efficient at digesting and using nutrients, especially protein and certain minerals. This means you can eat healthy foods every day and still fail to feed your muscles. That's what researchers call anabolic resistance. The muscles are no longer listening properly. And this is exactly where seeds enter the conversation. and also where most people get it wrong. Seeds are incredibly dense sources of minerals, healthy fats, plant proteins, and protective compounds. But density is meaningless without bioavailability. If a seed is swallowed whole, poorly prepared, or combined the wrong way, much of its value never reaches the muscle. In some cases, it can even stress digestion, especially in seniors. This is why studies consistently show something interesting. When specific seeds are used in small, precise amounts and prepared correctly, they support reduced inflammation, better muscle signaling, improved recovery, and stronger lower body function. But when used incorrectly, the benefit drops sharply. And here's the key point most videos never explain. Not all seeds work the same way, and not all bodies absorb them the same way after 50. Some seeds help, some waste effort. But one changes the entire equation. Some seeds help repair. Some support strength and nerve activation. Some improve protein delivery. And one, just one, stands out because the aging body can actually digest and use it efficiently. That seed doesn't replace the others. It makes them work. But before we talk about which seeds those are, you need to understand the 4 preparation mistakes that cancel their benefits, and in rare cases, create real risk. Because when seeds are used properly, they don't just add nutrition. They send a message to the muscle, you are still needed. And muscles respond to that message, even later in life. In the next section, I'll show you how to think about seeds not as food trends, but as tools used carefully, deliberately, and safely. This next part matters. Most people believe muscle loss happens because they're not eating enough protein, but after 50, that explanation is incomplete. Many seniors are doing everything they were told. They eat healthy. They add seeds. They follow advice from doctors, magazines, even social media, and yet, their legs keep getting weaker, stairs feel heavier, balance feels less reliable. Standing up takes more effort than it should. So what's really happening? Here is the uncomfortable truth. After midlife, muscle loss is rarely about what you eat. It's about what your body can actually absorb and use. As we age, digestion changes quietly. Stomach acid decreases. Enzyme production slows. The gut becomes less efficient at breaking down dense foods. So even when nutrients enter your mouth, many of them never reach your muscles. They pass through like visitors who never unpack. This is why 2 people can eat the same food, and one maintains strength while the other continues to decline. Science calls this anabolic resistance. It means your muscles stop responding normally to nutrients. They need more precision, not more quantity. More protein alone doesn't fix it. More supplements don't fix it. And swallowing foods your body can't digest properly can actually make things worse. This is where seeds enter the story. And also, where most people fail. Seeds are powerful, but they are also dense, concentrated, and structurally protected by nature. If you consume them the wrong way, your body struggles to unlock what's inside. In other words, you may be eating seeds that look healthy but deliver almost nothing to your muscles. And in some cases, especially with dry or improperly prepared seeds, they can even strain digestion or cause discomfort in older adults. This creates a dangerous illusion. You think you're protecting your legs, while muscle loss continues quietly underneath. Now here's the key insight most people never hear. The goal is not to eat more. The goal is to eat what your body can actually use, That means focusing on digestibility, bioavailability, and the specific nutrients muscles respond to after 50. When those three align, something remarkable happens. Muscle doesn't just stop declining, it begins to respond again, not overnight, not magically, but steadily, safely, naturally. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how certain seeds, when prepared the right way, can bypass this absorption problem, and why one of them in particular acts like an anchor, allowing all the others to finally work. That's where real strength recovery begins. Keep listening. Now you already have the foundation. You understand why muscle loss happens and why it accelerates after 50, but what I'm about to show you now is different. Because these 5 tiny seeds are not health trends. They are anchors. They help your body hold on to muscle rebuilding if they are prepared the right way. We'll move from repair to protection to strength and finally to the most digestible plant protein for older muscles. I'll give you exact doses, simple preparation, and at the end, 4 safety rules that can literally save your life. Seed number 5, pomegranate seeds. Let's start with repair. Pomegranate seeds deliver powerful polyphenols, especially punic alagens. These compounds calm muscle inflammation, support blood vessels, and help muscles recover faster after even light activity. This matters because aging muscles don't recover the way they used to. Inflammation lingers, soreness stays longer, and recovery is where muscle is either rebuilt or lost. Research consistently shows reduced oxidative stress and improved recovery markers with pomegranate interventions. How to use: about half a cup of fresh seeds after a light walk or gentle activity. Chew slowly until they become almost pasty. Why chewing matters? Because many of the protective compounds are inside the seed tissue. Juice alone leaves part of the benefit behind. Timing: after activity or with breakfast. Warning: natural sugar is high. If you have diabetes, do not exceed half a cup per day and always choose whole seeds, not sweetened juices. Carter, 68 years old, used half a cup after his daily walks. 3 weeks later, his soreness dropped, and he felt confident enough to resume longer runs. Repair first. Always. Seed number 4, chia and flax. Chia and flax are famous and often completely misunderstood. Prepared correctly, they deliver omega-3s, fiber, and anti-inflammatory support that protects muscle tissue. Prepared incorrectly, they can do nothing or cause real harm. Here's the truth no one explains. Dry chia or whole flax can expand after swallowing. In older adults, this has caused documented cases of esophageal blockage and intestinal obstruction. So preparation is not optional. It's non-negotiable. Chia. Soak 10 to 15 minutes in a 1:10 ratio with water. It forms a gel that is safer, easier to swallow, and far more effective. Use 1 to 2 teaspoons soaked, mixed into food or coffee. Flaxseed. Never swallow whole. Always grind at the moment of use. 1 tablespoon per day is enough. If pre-ground, refrigerate and use within 7 days. After that, oils oxidize, and you're eating rancid fat. Mrs. Mary consumed whole flax for 2 years. Nothing changed. She switched to freshly ground flax, and within 30 days she felt her joints move more smoothly and digestion normalize. Same seed, different preparation, different result. Seed number 3, pumpkin seeds. Pumpkin seeds are a mineral powerhouse. They are rich in magnesium and zinc, 2 nutrients critical for muscle contraction, nerve signaling, sleep quality, and fall risk reduction. Low magnesium often shows up as night cramps, leg weakness, tremors, slow recovery. A small handful, about 30 grams per day, provides a meaningful portion of daily magnesium and a strong dose of zinc. How to use: roast plain at 160 degrees for about 12 minutes. No salt. Eat daily as a snack or mix into porridge or vegetables. John, 72, struggled with cramps and heavy legs. After 2 weeks of unsalted pumpkin seeds daily, he said his legs felt like someone turned the switch back on. Strength needs minerals, not miracles. Seed number 2, hemp seeds. Hemp seeds offer one of the best plant proteins available. They contain edestin and albumin with a balanced amino acid profile and good digestibility when dehulled. For aging muscles, that matters more than labels. How to use: about 3 tablespoons per day, roughly 20 to 25 grams. Sprinkle on yogurt, blend into smoothies, or add to warm foods once cooled slightly. Always choose whole hemp hearts for digestion. Safety note: allergies are rare, but possible. Before daily use, rub 1 seed on your forearm. Wait 15 minutes. Redness or itching: do not consume. Used consistently, hemp supports repair without overloading digestion. Seed number 1, amaranth. Now we reach the foundation. Amaranth is not the most famous protein, but for people over 50, it may be the most intelligent. Why? Because digestibility matters more than quantity. Amaranth reaches about 90% digestibility, meaning your body can actually use what you eat. It is also rich in lysine, an amino acid missing in most grains and essential for rebuilding muscle fibers, tendons, and collagen. This combination is rare. Small intervention studies and food science reviews show improved strength markers and reduced inflammatory signals with amaranth protocols in older adults. How to use: about 30 grams per day cooked. 1 cup dry with 2.5 cups of water. Simmer gently for 20 minutes. That yields 3 servings. You can also use popped amaranth as a cereal. Here's the key idea: if protein never reaches the muscle, it's wasted. Amaranth allows your muscles to receive it, and that's why it anchors everything else. These 5 seeds don't work by force. They work by cooperation with your aging body. Next, I'll show you the 4 fatal preparation errors that can cancel everything we just discussed and how to avoid them safely. Before we close, I want you to pause for a moment. Not to remember what you just learned, but to notice how your legs feel right now, not in comparison to yesterday, not compared to someone else, just right now. Because what you've learned today isn't about seeds. It's about giving your body materials it can finally use. Muscle loss after 50 is not a moral failure. It's not laziness. It's not just aging. It's often a quiet mismatch between what the body needs and what it's actually able to absorb. That's why everything we shared today focused on digestibility, preparation, and timing, not hype, not trends. And if you're wondering whether this is real science, I want you to know this. All scientific references used in this video are listed in the description below, so you can read them, share them, or even show them to your doctor if you wish. Now, here's the most important part. You do not need to do everything at once. You don't need perfection. You don't need expensive supplements. You don't need to overwhelm your body. You just need one small decision repeated daily, one bowl prepared correctly, one habit done gently, 1 week at a time. Because strength doesn't come back in dramatic leaps. It returns quietly. In how easily you stand up, how confident your steps feel, how much less you hesitate before moving. And one day, you notice something powerful. You're no longer thinking about your legs. You're trusting them again. If this video helped you understand your body a little better, please take a second to like this video. It tells YouTube to share calm, educational content with more people who need it. If you know someone over 50 who struggles with weak legs, balance, or muscle loss, share this video with them. Sometimes the right information arrives exactly when someone is ready. And if you want to continue learning how to protect your legs, circulation, and independence, subscribe to Better Legs, Better Life. We publish simple, science-based guidance designed for real people, real bodies, and real aging, without fear, without pressure. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take care of your body. Move gently today. And remember, better legs don't just support your body, they support your life. Keep moving, keep smiling, and never forget, you've got this.